Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Pi Records, and here's another little video about my vinyl collection, a little story behind it. So this is the album that changed a lot of things for me in college. It came out in the summer of '94. Then in November, I went to see them touring on this album, and it was insane. It was an experience that changed my life. Um, I was in college, already listening to punk rock, the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, Minor Threat. We knew all these bands growing up. I was in a band in high school called Civil Death. We were a thrash band, and we were pretty good. We didn't have a lead player. It was a trio, but it was all rhythm, and I was very much into the Dick Dale tremolo picking, the rhythm of James Hetfield. But the cool thing about it was we were all heavy drinkers. I don't drink anymore, but we were all heavy drinkers at the time. And one of my friends went to rehab and he came back with this mixtape. And we must have been 17 or 18, 17, 16 maybe. Um, he came back with NOFX on there. It wasn't this one, it was from Ribbed. It was around the time when Ribbed came out, maybe a little after. And the cool thing about it was we never heard NOFX. Most people hadn't heard of NOFX. Rib came out in 1991. So they had a song on there called Where's My Slice? And up until that point, when it came to punk rock, we played the Ramones, Misfits, the Sex Pistols, and maybe a Minor Threat song, but only because we knew it through the Mighty Mighty Bosstones who did Think Again. So this NOFX album, Punk and Drublic, the cool thing about finding them out was we used to cover Where's My Slice in this thrash band, and that was more incorporated into our sound because we already had a lot of different parts. And if you listen to that Where's My Slice, it's just very linear. It doesn't jump back and forth very much. It does have choruses, unlike Linoleum on here, which is my favorite song by them. Fast forward to college. I'm walking into Strawberry's record store right across the street from the Art Institute of Philadelphia when I went to school. And this thing was sitting on the shelf. And I was like looking everywhere in the city for Ribbed. I got it on cassette. And then I saw this CD there. And I didn't have the money. I only had the money for the cassette. And the cassette had a blue cover. And if you listen to Punk Guy, when he says he's even more punk than me, it's different on the cassette, and it's different on the LP, and it's different on the CD. There's 3 different versions of it. I've had them all. This is the one with I forget what the character's name is, but when he says Heavens to Murgatroyd, he's more punk than me. That's on this version, the vinyl version. The coolest thing about this record is when I picked it up, I didn't know it was the new album. I didn't know it had come out. And the day after I got it, I listened to it nonstop all night. The day after I got it, I made a flyer and put it up in the school at college, Art Institute, and to start a punk band. It was like that. That's it. I'm leaving thrash behind, although I still love it. But I'm going to start a punk band, and we're going to play like this. We're going to play fast, just like thrash, and we're going to make complex songs. And we did. We called it Down Division. The drummer was more of a hardcore drummer. Joe came more from a rock background, and Chris was more of a Police kind of guy, very influenced by Sting and Stu Hand and things of that nature. But we all agreed on this, and it's on one of our CDs, Linoleum. We did 2 covers. We did She Said by the Beatles in punk, like Ramones style, and we did Linoleum, and we all agreed, yeah, that's the way we went. And it changed my life. And to this day, I put this record on, I get that same feeling when it's your favorite. This is the one, my favorite, my prized possession. it changed my life, and it changed punk rock for me. It wasn't just about the Ramones anymore. It was about speed and ferocity and a way of living, and it just changed everything in my life for me for the better. I think it made me a stronger person. Also, living in the city for a while can toughen you up a bit. But this record, Punk and Drublic, that was the one that changed my life. I was 21 when it came out, 21. And up until that point, I knew the Ramones and Sex Pistols, Minor Threat. And never heard anything like this with the Beach Boys style background vocals, elements of metal, and Minor Threat was a big one. Well, I don't think Fat Mike likes the straight edge thing too much. But anyways, this is the one that changed it for me. NOFX, Punk and Drublic. The back was cool because you can see Smelly jumping, or not Smelly, Melvin. You can see Melvin jumping. It's my favorite album. Like and subscribe if you haven't. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and like and subscribe.